William Morrow and Harper Audio present Everlasting by Kathleen E. Woodiwiss. Performed by Charlie Albers. In everlasting gratitude, this book is dedicated to all of Kathleen's beloved readers. Chapter 1. August 24, 1135. She knew his name was Raven Seabern, that he was here at Westminster Castle in the service of his king, and she was aware of something else as well, that the tall raven-haired Scotsman was staring at her again. But she was the Lady Abrielle of Harrington, daughter of a late Saxon hero of the Crusades, stepdaughter of a Norman knight who had also gained high esteem for his brave years of service in the Holy Land, both to be honoured here tonight. And she would give the man's attention the lack of regard it deserved. For here, at the court of King Henry, she was being paid the admiration of so many men. She turned away quickly and nodded to her mother's soft-spoken praise of the interior grandeur of the great hall of Westminster Castle. Two massive hearths dominated the room at each end, with flames roaring higher than a man. Tapestries kept out the chill draughts and depicted scenes of men in battle or men at the hunt. The stitches were coloured in royal crimson and gold, the deepest blue of a king's robe, the startling green of dark forest. Never had Abrielle been in a castle so magnificent in its display of wealth and power. And she had been invited by the king himself. She wanted to savour this happy occasion, as nights such as this had become sadly rare in her life since her father's death and her stepfather's recent difficulties. It was hard to be at ease, however, much less concentrate, with the Scotsman's vivid blue gaze following her with an intensity to which she was not accustomed. And as if his staring were not unsettling enough, the man seemed to possess some mysterious power over her own traitorous gaze, as time and again she found it straying in his direction, despite her resolution not to reward his attention in any way. Thus far, she'd caught herself before indulging in anything more than a swift sideways glance or guarded perusal from beneath the sweep of her long, dark lashes. But in fact, she had no need to look his way simply to confirm the fact that he was watching her yet again. It was as if his keen appraisal were tangible. She could feel it, the heat and weight of it, as surely and distractingly as if he were trailing a silken feather over her skin. He was but one of the many men who had shown interest in her in recent days. Ever since her arrival in London with her mother Elspeth and her stepfather Vachel de Gerard, Abrielle had received the overwhelming regard of noblemen looking for a suitable wife. Though Vachel did not yet have a title, it was assumed that King Henry this night was ready at last to confer such honours on a man known for his heroic deeds on the Great Crusade. As a title brought with it lands and income, all knew that afterward, Abrielle's dowry would increase substantially. During her short stay in London, men had come and gone from her stepfather's apartments within Westminster Castle, presenting themselves first to her parents, then to her. Those who had done so were men of honourable intentions, which it would seem the Scotsman was not. As for all his apparent fascination with her, he kept his distance. Even now he stood beside King Henry on the other side of the great hall, tall and powerful, decked out in bonnet and plaid. He was of an age perhaps 10, mayhap 2 or 3 years beyond.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?